We're gonna check out Dragon's Dogma 2. They have a little showcase going on. See what this game is about. So far, it looks like it's right up my alley. Dragons, fire, swords, combat. See how it goes.
Hello everyone, I'm Hideaki Itsuno, the director of Dragon's Dogma II. I'm the producer, Yoshiaki Hirabayashi. Dragon's Dogma II is a narrative-driven action RPG set in an immersive fantasy world designed to place player choice at the heart of the gameplay experience. Today, we'll present you with the latest news on Dragon's Dogma II. First, check this out.
At last! The bell has tolled on the age of the console. The return of the Sovereign.
Yeah, this is a sequel, so I'm assuming I'm missing out on something here with the story. Let's eat these Capcom games up before Sony potentially buys it.
Welcome, Arisen. We pawns have long awaited your arrival.
Oh, we get right into some action. Bro just backflipped off his forehead.
Learn all you can of this world you must protect.
A cat person. That's some Skyrim vibes with the lizard title.
Spared the horrors of the fell dragon.
It's a mini Elden Ring tray.
Thou art arisen. Charge and do.
Oh, dude, look at that system with you. That looks pretty cool. Is that an aiming system with that? Little Medusa.
If you're discovered, yours won't be the only head that rolls. What is your purpose here?
When 'twas all but certain that her son would take his father's place, word reached the castle that the Arisen had been found.
Pitiable arisen.
That dragon just talked.
Why dost thou fight?
Arisen.
Yo.
You only believe in your own destiny, Arisen.
Show me the path thou wouldst walk.
Yeah, that dragon was talking. I don't know how I feel about that. Very cool looking. It's got all the ingredients.
If ye intend to do what I could not, and fell the dragon true, I would gladly pass all of the wisdom I possess into your hands.
Like, pretty soon. I'm happy that it's on Steam and Xbox as well. I was questioning this. Let's take a look at some
Emerging
mounts.
suddenly from the sea, we meet the giant Tallows, who appears for the first time in this game, and who you will have to figure out how to stop. We've prepared some additional gameplay footage of Tallows, so take a look.
Looks more strategic than like actual action in this case. Like that looks like he's not even being attacked. This looks kind of like a find the weak spot type of a situation.
What could possibly impel a being of such size to motion?
Gotta go protect Walmara.
Fear it will bring ruin wherever
Protect
it
Wal
treads.
Rose. Where's Aaron Yeager at? Where's your OEM gear? No, it's actually really sick that you can like mantle onto like a stone chest plates.
There are
Yo!
plenty of places our feet might find purchase on its hulking frame.
This game looks like you could be quite resourceful with maneuvering, man. I like that.
But it is better than watching on in despair.
Sick.
A puppet with a penchant for destruction is a
It's like
nuisance
bleeding
nobody asks
Merlot.
for. Let us be rid of it.
Red wine
Indeed.
everywhere.
And where is it bound, I wonder?
Left unhindered, it will trample the world entire.
Yeah, bro, you're throwing pebbles at a tank right now, brother. You gotta go in there with that sword. You ain't doing shit. Protect Walmaria. No! That looked pretty cool. Look at the way the water
As you
reacts.
can see, you'll be able to enjoy a variety of combat experiences depending on how you choose to tackle each situation.
You take fall damage if you don't
Keep
grab
your
onto
eyes
him?
peeled for more on Talos and its role.
That is cool. That looks like almost like a find the weak spot type of a deal, like almost like
Dragon's
Monster
Dogma
Hunter.
is a tale of the Arisen, whose heart is taken by the dragon. While this sequel mirrors the world setting of the
Pick the
first
dragon
game,
boogie.
the adventure takes place in a parallel world.
Oh, sick.
Vermund is the human kingdom, where you will be drawn into the power struggle for the throne. To have her son take the throne, the Queen Regent Disa plots to set a false Arisen. But why are pawns serving a false Arisen? On the other hand, the Beastren nation of Batal treats pawns as the source of misfortune, and instead worship the lambent flame to ward off calamity with Empress Nadinia at its center.
Oh, yeah, the lion chick.
Both kingdoms recognize the dragon,
I like seeing some magic introduced, too.
but
The
their
magic's
thoughts
the
toward
missing
pawns
ingredient.
and the Arisen differ. What will happen to the
It's
player
definitely in the game.
caught between the beliefs and plots of these two nations? You can learn more about some of the game's intriguing characters on our official website. So, check it out. In addition to the main quest line, you can talk to the inhabitants of this world to receive various quests and deepen your relationship with them. For instance, let's look at this quest where you need to befriend some elven siblings.
Forgive me. You do not speak our tongue, do you? From this moment forth, so long as you remain by my side, I shall interpret for you.
Oh, okay, cool. So you get like Elvish, but you don't have to sit here and listen to him speak this random language you've never heard of in your life. Am I the only one that's seeing that like there might be some rendering weirdness happening in here? Like I understand the game is probably in like alpha or beta, most likely like leaning toward a beta. If the game's gonna be launched in March, it's probably in like pre-beta. But like it seems as if some of these graphics and frames are a little iffy.
My friend, if e'er I've had need to call upon your aid,
Like I'm in full resolution here, guys. I'm in full resolution here.
me in my sister's rescue.
Master, watch out!
This battle is ours.
Tis in more nightmarish a sight than I
See, now it looks
feared.
pretty decent
My father
there.
battles the ogre while my sister is clutched in its fist. But there is still hope, if I act quickly. Listen well, friend. I shall strike the beast's arm while my father holds its attention.
This is as much as I can show you for today.
Oh, you could grab
Hopefully,
characters and
you'll
run
find
with
the
them in your
rest of the
hands.
quest
Pretty
on
cool.
your own.
Pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, obviously there
In
needs
the
to be
footage,
side quests
you
inside
can
the
see
game.
The Sacred Arbor, which is an elf settlement.
Looks
The
beautiful.
elves there communicate in their own language. And while the
Yeah,
Arisen
Elvish,
doesn't
we know.
understand the language of the elves, if there's a pawn nearby who does, they will automatically translate it for you. These specializations that pawns can acquire will make each of them more unique,
Okay, that's pretty damn cool.
hopefully
Nice UI
more
too.
enjoyable to journey with.
UI is more important than people ever remember. Oh,
More unique, and hopefully more
very heavy. You
enjoyable
guys see
to
that?
journey with.
wait, hold on. It said very heavy. Then what? Then heavy. I really hope that this isn't going to be like the Bethesda style of like encumberment. I really hope that it's kind of just like you have an inventory and everything shoved up your ass. Once you put it on like your arm or your hand, that like suddenly now you're becoming encumbered and not just because you're carrying it. Because while that does make sense and it's realistic, I just don't like it. It's one of the things about Bethesda games that I'm personally not a fan of, because I'm just somebody that likes to pick everything up. I kind of like the way that Elden Ring does it. Like I could carry a bunch of extremely heavy great swords and a bunch of like really heavy shields, but they're not really affecting me until I pull it out of my ass and on my arm or my hands, which I personally like the most. Like it's a video game, guys. Like it's kind of like the Escape from Tarkov versus Call of Duty effect. Like Call of Duty, nobody talks about the fact that you have like a 50 caliber sniper rifle that weighs like 300 pounds in your back pocket that you pull out and 360 no scope somebody. But at the same time, like if you have your pistol out, you're running pretty fast. But when you have the Barrett out, you're running a little bit slower. Like I kind of prefer that rather than like I guess like the realistic immersion. I don't feel like I'm getting immersed by that. I just feel like I'm getting annoyed by it. That's just my personal opinion though.
That reflects the player.
Reset fur.
Just like in the first game,
I'll make
the
it
player
Khaleesi.
can freely create the Arisen and the main pawn.
Pretty cool though.
However,
Like look at all like
we've used photograph.
like this kind of reminds me of like speaking of Bethesda, what Bethesda does with like Starfield and what they did to use these sliders to go back and forth. I like that.
To increase photorealism.
Whoa, wait. Your weight is affected by what you do with your character as far as like build. That's pretty cool. I guess there's like a base weight, like she's 58, and I guess if you just make like a really chunky warrior, his base weight will be like double that or something. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if that's going to affect the gameplay or like I guess like if you make a chunky character, you're going to be a little bit slower, but if you make like a little tiny little character, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
While adding a way to simplify the process of creating characters. Selecting images that resemble the kind of look you have in mind provides a more intuitive way to create your ideal
Got
character.
like presets over here. I like that's good UI. Guys, good UI goes a long way in video games, by the way. It really
Now,
does.
I want to introduce the Trickster, a new vocation that's sure to bring something unique to your gameplay experience. Exclusive to the Arisen, the Trickster is a vocation that wields the sensor and uses the smoke it produces to conjure illusions. By confusing the enemy into fighting themselves through illusions,
Very
increasing
cool.
the power of pawns beyond the normal parameters for a limited period of time, this vocation focuses on support and use of unique strategies. The Trickster is a devious vocation that takes advantage of the enemy's enhanced behavior AI.
That's interesting. I like
It's a great
that.
fit for players who prefer to step back from the action and manipulate the battle from the sidelines.
Nah, brother, I'm gonna be in there with a big ass sword, but that's also really cool. I like the idea. That like
Next,
creates
we have a few
like
additional
creativity into a
details
game.
to
You know what I
share.
mean? You could have so many sword bashing games, but I do like a game with some
Pre-orders for
like
Dragon's
some
Dogma
spells
2
and
on PlayStation
whatnot.
5, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and Steam start today.
All right. I don't know. I just feel like pre-ordering a game is such a major ask. Like as a developer, when you're like, hey, pre-order a game that you only saw a little bit of gameplay of, it's like, yeah, but like, do you know how many times I've been burnt because I pre-ordered a game that I was really excited about and it came like half-assed or super glitchy or just like didn't really excite me that much and I just bought it because like what do I get for pre-ordering? All right, here we go.
A deluxe edition will also be available. The deluxe edition includes additional
Okay, so you get a camping kit. Nice. I guess that's really helpful. Maybe that's like for resting or something like that. You get like custom sounds. I don't give a shit. Beyond the Rift, I guess it's just like something you could spend inside the game. You get a couple extra items that probably belong in the game even if you didn't pre-order the game. Some of these are also available in the game. Well, that's good. That's good. Honestly, like that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. Like as a consumer, allow me to know if your game sucks or not before I pay for it. Above bonus may also be available later. Okay, so I'm hoping that means like in the game later.
Access to all the bonuses of the standard edition, plus access to additional accessories that can be equipped in-game.
I mean, realistically, pre-ordering is always going to be a thing, and I think that the only thing that really draws me in, and it's unfortunate because it's one of the worst, most predatory ways to get people to pre-order a game, but the only way that you're going to get me to pre-order this game is if like I get it like 2 weeks early. All right, that's the only way that I'm really going to do it. And honestly, it only works for single player games, by the way. If you pre-order games that are multiplayer and you get to level up your character and then beat the piss out of people, that's just terrible. Looking at you, Blizzard.
So, what did you think? The development team is currently making final adjustments to Dragon's Dogma 2. We're all doing our best and hope you can wait a little longer until the release of the game.
A little longer, brother. It's coming out in March. Like, look how they're so courteous. It's like, I hope you guys can only wait a few months. Like, do you know how long I waited for Starfield, homie? You know how long I waited for Cyberpunk?
Couldn't cover today. The Drake and the Dullahan.
Dullahan
along with
looks
the
sick.
Warrior and Sorcerer vocations, which were also in the first game.
Very cool. Warriors were, I mean, it's pretty
Thank you
cut
so
dry.
much.
I know what to expect with a warrior. Give me a great sword. That's probably going to be my vocation anyway. And they're so polite. Like, here's the Drake and a warrior because we didn't get to show it to you. So here you go, guys. Pretty slow, but I mean, that's always good. You gotta just be calculated with your hits, like you would have to normally with a great sword. The thing probably weighs like 200 pounds. Gives me Monster Hunter From Software combat with like Skyrim vibes. He's just standing on its head doing virtually nothing. Like, it's not even really attacking him. Oh, okay, finally. Oh, that is sick. See, that's what I want. That's what I want. Come on, guys. I'm on an Elden Ring kick lately. You got to show me some struggle. See, that was fire. That animation right there kind of reminded me of like Harry Potter a little bit. Right there. Dude, this is cool. This game looks really good. I think this is something that I'm going to be very interested in coming in like as soon as it comes out. I'm not going to be pre-ordering it, as you guys probably understood. You know, I'm not too sure how you guys feel about having to pre-order games all the time. Make an assumption, guys. I'm going to make a big assumption. Elden Ring DLC comes out in February. I'm probably going to finish the Elden Ring DLC sometime around this time's launch, which is going to be March 22nd. So late March. I'm hoping that I could just like roll my DLC from Elden Ring into this adventure. That would be pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. That would be like the most ideal, like deep winter months of gaming that I could ask for in 2024. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. I think this looks pretty solid. I'm definitely not gonna complain about pretty much anything that I saw. Every game asks you to pre-order. Every game's beta has a little bit of like chunk with FPS game with like frames per second and whatnot. But this overall, these guys look very enthused to show us this game, and I got to be honest with you, I'm taking it. I'm taking the energy here. This is something that I'm definitely going to buy.